Okay, if I can figure this camera out. This is all new to me. I'm working on a corner to corner, and I've noticed some are showing how they crochet, so I thought I would try to see if I could upload one that's like I do. Okay, now I finished off over here, and the way I tie this off, or finish these off, I'll show you right quick if I can get it undone. Hopefully this is showing up in the camera like it should. Okay. Okay, on the last double, bring it through and through. Okay, now there's your double. And then I just bring that through one more time and it's done. Now, to add on, I take the new color and I take and go down through these two stitches right here. This one and this one. And then I'll loop through, and then I take the two loose ends, pull them together in the back, if I can get a hold of it. I'm trying to stay in front of the camera where you can see it, and then just hold it while I do the 5. I don't do 6, I do 5 and 2 instead of 6 and 3, because I like the holes to be just a little smaller. Once you get going here, you can get a little faster with it, but just to get it going. Now I pull that up, find my back, which is this side. I take these two, and then I just tie them. 1 and 2. Now, I take a smaller hook. Let me find it here. Okay, hold on, phone's calling in figures. Okay, we're back. Now, I just find the back. I always pull them through, but leave them where I can actually just catch the back real quick. So what I do is I take on the back stitch of your loops, I take the very back loop and pull those two through. Give them a little tug, and I pull it down around this corner. I pull it down around that corner right there so it can be crocheted over at least once. I just keep bringing it on around. Always in that back loop towards the back side of my work. And it is so much harder to ravel out than it is to just lay it behind your work and work over it. This laces and laces into your work. Don't take that much longer and your work will last longer. Now I'm into the corner. And then I do one more over. Keep it loose. And that's it. Now I take my block that I just made ready to turn, bring it down, and I just this number with my yarn. That's it. Now then we start here. Like I said, I only do a chain 2 because I just don't like wide gaps in my corner to corners. And I use my hook to do most of the work and my fingertips. Like here, the round. When I pull the loop through, I use this to stop it. See, it doesn't loosen or tighten. It just stays the same because you're actually using your hook size. And use that finger. I use this finger a lot to feel on the back for the hook. It always helps. And then this finger just works the tension. Like I said, I use less wrist action this way. And your hands don't get as tired. And when you use this piece here on your hooks to actually turn and work your hook, you're getting more speed with your work because you're learning to turn it down and hook through. See, like on the double, you turn, and it comes through a lot faster. And I used to teach this some, but it's been a long time. The last ones I taught was my kids when they were little, but they were boys and they didn't take it far, so as far as they're concerned, this is women's stuff. But I just wanted to show everybody how I crocheted. Seeing how we're all into this corner to corner, seems like lately. Just little tricks of the trade for speed. Just mainly let your fingers and your hook do the work. Just your fingers and your hook. And you do less wrist, because you'd be surprised, them wrists will ache if you use them more than anything else for crochet. It's usually your fingers and your hand and your tension. For me anyway. It's basically how I learned. I got a book from a college, went home and sat down, and it just taught so good back then how to do crochet and how to do it in certain ways where you wouldn't have pain in the wrist, and how to keep your hooks turned. And it just, the books today are just so different than they were back then. But this is basically how I crochet. I hope it's coming through on the camera good. I'm just not understanding how to put the angle of the camera to get this work in front of me where you can see it. Alright, yarn. One, two. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, the battery just died on me, so maybe this come through. That's basically the gist of how I crochet after 30 some odd years, 37 I think, going on 38. It's how I learned back in the day when the books were a little different on teaching you how to actually use your wrist and your fingertips and to turn the hook to make your work a lot faster. Okay, thank you guys. Hopefully this turned out good and some of my tips might be helpful.